Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Life Up Podcast. Let's start your day with positive thoughts and talks. Have you ever noticed how some ideas just seem to stick with you?
Yeah.
And others, well, they kind of fade away, even if they're, like, super brilliant.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's like, what makes the difference, right?
Totally. So today, we're going deep, like a deep dive.
Okay.
And it's all about presentations. Specifically, what makes some presentations so captivating, like you just can't forget them.
Yeah.
And you know what? You actually gave us some awesome material on public speaking and communication.
Oh, yeah, those were great.
So we're going to break down the secrets, the real secrets behind impactful communication. We're looking at TED Talks, tons of them.
Hundreds.
Plus, insights from experts, the top people in communication.
Absolutely. Think of it as a guide, Phil. A guide to understanding how the best presenters out there, they just grab you and they keep you hooked.
That's right, they just pull you in.
Exactly. And, your material, the stuff you shared on public speaking and communication, it gave us a solid starting point. Yeah, really good. And our mission here, what we really want to do is find those techniques, the ones that really work, the actionable ones.
Ones you can actually use.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we want this deep dive to help you feel more confident when you're sharing your ideas, whether it's a formal presentation, a big meeting, whatever.
Even just like talking to people. Right?
Exactly. Everyday conversations, all of it.
Okay, so let's break this down for you.
Okay.
It's all about resonance.
Yeah.
Getting your ideas to really resonate. In today's world, having great ideas, that's essential. But the magic, the real power, comes from communicating those ideas so they truly connect. And one of the best examples of that is TED Talks.
TED Talks, yeah, for sure.
It's a platform for bold ideas, big thinkers, amazing speakers, and the best part, you can access so much of it online for free.
What's amazing for you is that we dove deep into over 500 TED presentations, over 150 hours of content. And you know what? We found some really clear patterns. Yeah, it's not random, these successes. The most popular talks, they share 9 common elements. And these aren't just random things, they're backed by research, by insights from the experts.
Oh, wow.
So for you, especially you who values efficiency, getting knowledge quickly and thoroughly, this is gold. Proven techniques. So you can make sure your message hits the mark.
That's huge.
It is.
Because, okay, TED Talks, they can seem a bit, ambitious.
Yeah.
But the qualities that make those presentations so powerful, bold, fresh, contemporary, compelling, those aren't just for the TED stage.
Right.
You can use them in your everyday business interaction.
Absolutely. And it can make a world of difference. It's about connecting with people, bringing them over to your side, getting your ideas across effectively.
Totally.
So you see, these presentations, they aren't just a collection of cool moments.
Right.
They're built on 3 core principles. Emotional connection, touching the heart.
Ooh, I like that.
Novelty, teaching something new. And memorability, presenting information in a way that sticks. So think of this as a framework, clear and organized, which, knowing you'll appreciate.
Oh, absolutely. Organized information, that's key.
It is.
All right, so let's dive into that first one, emotional connection, touching the heart.
Okay.
Where do we even begin with that?
Passion.
Passion.
It's the spark, the foundation, finding what really drives you, letting that energy fuel your communication.
I feel that.
You see it in great speakers, right?
Totally.
Now think about this. This is for you. Why is passion so critical in your communication? Well, there's research on this, like Melissa Cardin's work on entrepreneurial passion.
Okay.
And it suggests that passion isn't just a feeling, it's a motivator, a powerful one. It fuels your energy and makes you more committed.
Like a driving force.
Exactly. It's like whatever you're passionate about, that drive helps you master skills, including presenting, how you present your idea.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Like when you see someone speak and they're truly passionate, you're drawn in.
It's magnetic.
It is. It's magnetic. Like Matthew Ricard, the happiest man, they call him. His TED Talk on happiness, the habits of happiness, is not just facts. You feel his commitment, his genuine desire to share something he truly believes in.
And what's fascinating here for you is Ricard's own perspective. He says, when you shift your focus from personal gain to genuinely helping your audience, it creates this powerful connection. And here's an interesting point.
Okay.
This focus on the audience can actually help you feel less nervous.
Really?
Yeah, he says he has nothing to lose or to gain, personally, just the joy of sharing these valuable ideas.
That's beautiful.
It is. It echoes what other great speakers have said, like Larry Smith, Oprah Winfrey,
Oh, yeah.
about following your passions, your dreams, having the courage to do it. But Smith also highlights a challenge, and this might resonate with you. The fear of looking foolish, the fear of failing, that often stops people from pursuing what they love.
It's true. It's true.
It's a good reminder that those joyful speakers, those amazing speakers, they probably face that fear too.
And they overcame it.
Exactly. And that joy that they bring, it's contagious for your audience, I mean. Research actually shows expressing positive emotions, passion, enthusiasm, it can actually lift the mood of your listeners.
No way.
Yeah, it makes them more receptive to your message. They call it mood contagion, and it can really boost your persuasive power. So for you, tapping into your passion, it's not just about you, it directly affects how your message is received.
So passion is the fuel, right?
Yes.
And then building on that, there's the power of storytelling.
Oh, storytelling, absolutely crucial.
People say it's the ultimate persuasion tool, and when you look at someone like Brian Stevenson, it's hard to disagree.
Yep.
He got the longest standing ovation in TED history, and guess what? He spent 65% of his talk telling stories.
And here's why that works. Think about what happens in your brain when you hear a story.
Okay.
Brain scans show that stories, they don't just engage language centers, they activate sensory areas, visual areas, even motor areas. It's full brain engagement. And that creates a deep connection between you, the speaker, and your audience. It increases the chances of agreement significantly. Stevenson, for example, he uses stories strategically to break down resistance, especially with people who might initially disagree with him, like, judges and jurors.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, very clever. And for you to remember, Stevenson, he's a master at this. He weaves his stories around a central theme, often focusing on identity.
Okay.
So his narratives have this powerful through line. But it's not just about dramatic courtroom stories. There's research by Yuri Hassan on brain-to-brain coupling.
Brain-to-brain coupling.
Yeah, it's fascinating. It shows that when someone tells a story, the listener's brains actually synchronize with the speakers. Their emotional responses, even their frontal cortex activity, it mirrors each other. It's like you're planting ideas, emotions directly into their minds.
That's a bit freaky, but also kind of cool.
It is, and it highlights why stories are so much more powerful than just data. Like the saying goes, stories are data with a soul.
Oh, I like that.
Right. Now, think about this. For you, there are 3 types of stories that work really well.
Okay.
Personal stories, things that connect directly to your message, stories about other people that illustrate a point,
Oh, yeah.
and even stories about products, brands, their successes or failures.
Okay, cool.
All very effective.
And we've seen some great examples of this in TED Talks.
Oh, a ton.
Like Stevenson's stories about his grandmother and the janitor, very personal, very resonant. Sir Ken Robinson's talk about how schools can, stifle creativity.
Oh, yeah, the one with Gillian Lynn.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Misdiagnosed with a learning disorder
Right.
because the choreographer for Cats and Phantom.
Amazing story.
A story about another person teaching a valuable lesson.
Exactly. And then there's Malcolm Gladwell. He's a master storyteller.
Oh, yeah, he is.
His story about Howard Moskowitz and, spaghetti sauce.
Really?
Yeah, it's all about understanding what people really want, even if they can't articulate it. And this is valuable for you. And even Peter Guber, the big movie producer, Batman, all those films,
Right.
he talks about the importance of storytelling, purposeful storytelling,
Okay.
for persuasion, making your goals resonate emotionally.
Okay, yeah.
And Kurt Vonnegut, the writer, he suggested that successful stories often follow simple patterns. Good fortune, bad fortune, provides a structure, something to think about for yourself.
So we've got the passion, fueling the message. We've got stories, connecting emotionally.
Yeah.
What's the third element in this emotional pillar?
Conversation.
Conversation.
Yeah, making your presentation feel natural, comfortable, like you're just chatting with a friend.
Oh, wait, IDAC.
Because for you, true persuasion isn't just about logic, it's about emotional rapport, trust.
Right.
If your voice, your gestures, your body language contradict what you're saying, the audience feels that.
Yeah.
It's like having a Ferrari but not knowing how to drive it.
It's a good analogy.
Right.
So becoming a conversational presenter, it takes practice.
Oh, yeah, practice for sure.
There's 10,000-hour rule.
You're right.
It sounds daunting.
It does.
But even Steve Jobs, the master presenter, he was nervous in his early days.
It's true.
He improved over time through consistent effort.
Think about this for a second. For you, the ideal rate of speech. Studies say around 150 to 160 words per minute. That's good for audiobooks.
Okay.
It lets people absorb the information. But for presentations, you can go a bit faster.
Really?
Yeah, because you have visuals, hand gestures, eye contact, it all adds up.
Makes sense.
Like Dr. Jill Bolte-Taylor, remember her TEDx Youth talk?
The one with the brain?
Yeah, she used a real human brain.
Oh, that was wild.
It instantly made a complex topic more engaging.
And then there's that whole body language thing. The 7%, 93% myth, it's been debunked.
Yeah, that's a myth for sure.
But you can't deny that vocal delivery, nonverbal communication, it all matters.
It matters hugely.
Huge. Morgan Wright, he trains CIA, FBI, NSA agents in behavior analysis.
Wow.
He says body language can indicate truthfulness. And great leaders, they have this command presence, confidence, posture, eye contact, gestures, voice.
It's powerful.
It is. And for you, cultivating these nonverbal cues, it can make a real difference.
We see it in so many great speakers. Colin Powell, his TED Talk is full of these deliberate gestures, emphasizing his points.
Okay.
Ernesto Ceroli, his hand movements, they painted pictures as he spoke.
Right.
Jennifer Granholm, she has this eager, nonverbal style, adds to her presence.
And then there's Amy Cuddy, her research on body language.
Right.
It shows how it shapes our feelings. Even faking it till you make it can boost confidence.
Powerful stuff. And even Tony Robbins, those energetic rituals he does before speaking.
Really?
Yeah, it's about getting himself into a peak state.
So it's all about being present, right?
It is.
And it all comes back to authenticity. Think about Janine Shepherd, her presentation after that terrible accident.
Oh, yeah.
Her strength as a speaker, it came from within. Real resilience, it shines through.
Absolutely. Now moving on to the second principle, novelty. Teaching something new. Our brains love unfamiliar information.
We do. It's exciting.
Like Robert Ballard, the guy who found the Titanic.
Oh, yeah?
He said, everything I'm going to present to you was not in my textbooks when I went to school.
I love that.
Right. The thrill of the unknown, new knowledge.
It's like discovering something for the first time.
Exactly. And James Cameron, he said, curiosity is the most important thing you own.
That's a good one.
It is. Now think about this for you. This drive to learn, it's not just a trait, it's in our biology. John Medina, he says humans are natural explorers. We have this unquenchable need to know.
We do. We're curious creatures.
We are. Learning is joyful, and it's been crucial for our survival as a species.
So when you're presenting and you introduce something new, a fresh perspective, you're tapping into that.
Millions of years of evolution.
Wow.
And the key for you is to relate that new information to your audience. Teach them something they can use, like think about Intel's Turbo Boost technology.
Like, yeah?
Just explaining the technical stuff, it wouldn't resonate.
No, it'd be boring.
Right. But when you connect it to everyday use, longer battery life, suddenly it becomes engaging, memorable.
It's relevant then.
Exactly. And here's the neuroscience behind it for you. Dopamine, the brain's save button.
Dopamine, okay.
It's released when we learn something new and exciting. Helps us retain information.
Oh, that's interesting.
Like, remember Hans Rosling's data visualizations? Showing those global trends, fertility rates, life expectancy. It's novel, it's compelling, it captures your attention.
Those were cool.
They were. Novelty can also come from challenging existing perceptions. Something for you to think about.
Okay, how so?
Like Susan Cain's TED Talk on introverts. Pushing back against the idea that only extroverts have the best ideas.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
It was. And Charlie Rose, he believes that the best conversations, the best presentations lead you to ideas you never even considered.
That makes sense.
And on the flip side, cliched ideas, they lose their impact. They lack novelty. John Gray's Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus, it worked because it took familiar ideas and presented them in a fresh way.
Is new packaging.
Exactly. And the Flynn effect, have you heard of that?
The what?
The Flynn effect, it's the observation that IQ scores have been increasing over generations.
Really?
Yeah, which means our audiences are capable of understanding complex, new ideas.
So we need to challenge them.
In a way, yes, give them something to think about.
Okay, so how do we make sure these new ideas, they stick?
This is a great tip for you, the Twitter-friendly headline.
Okay.
Condensing your message into under 140 characters. like a tweet.
Right.
It forces you to identify the key takeaway, the one thing you want people to remember. And we see this with TED Talks, those concise, intriguing titles, something for you to emulate.
Oh, absolutely.
It all comes back to that human drive to explore, to push boundaries, like Ben Saunders, those solo expeditions to the North Pole, driven by, he calls it an addiction to testing human limits. Ultimately, presenting novel ideas is about creating your own masterpiece, being innovative, offering a fresh perspective.
All right. The final principle, memorability.
Presenting unforgettably.
And one way to do that is with jaw-dropping moments.
Oh yeah, those unforgettable moments, the shocking, impressive, surprising things that stick with people.
Like Bill Gates releasing mosquitoes during his TED Talk.
Oh yeah, that was a classic.
Unexpected, a little unsettling, but it made his point about malaria stick.
It did. And those emotionally arousing events, they trigger what some scientists call flashbulb memories.
Flashbulb memories.
They're more vivid, more easily recalled than everyday experiences. Something powerful for you to consider.
For sure, for sure.
There's research on this emotionally enhanced vividness, they call it.
Like it.
Rebecca Todd. She found that we see emotionally charged events more clearly. And that clarity at the time predicts how well we remember it later.
So emotions make things memorable.
Exactly. Think about Dr. Jill Bolt Taylor again, holding that real human brain.
It was a little gross, but I remember it.
Exactly. Emotionally charged, memorable.
And Steve Jobs, he was the king of wow moments.
He was. He turned product launches into spectacles.
He did.
Creating anticipation, delivering unforgettable reveals like, remember the Macintosh speaking for the first time?
Iconic.
Now for you, there are several ways to create these holy smokes moments.
Oh, tell me.
Props, demos, sharing vulnerable personal stories, unexpected twists, vivid language, and of course, humor.
Humor, it keeps coming up.
It does, and for good reason. It's not just about laughter. It lowers defenses, makes you more likable.
So people trust you more.
Exactly. Sir Ken Robinson, he was brilliant at weaving humor and anecdotes into his talks.
He was a natural.
There's research on this too.
Really?
Oh yeah. Dr. A.K. Pradeep, he found that the brain loves humor, and Rod A. Martin's work shows how humor strengthens social bonds. Even the Harvard Business Review talks about the benefits of humor in management. Less hostility, better morale. But the key for you is authentic humor.
Not just telling jokes.
Exactly. Observational humor, analogies, quotes, self-deprecating humor.
Okay.
All more effective than just trying to be a comedian.
Right.
Remember the Intel example? 2 brains in 1 computer.
Oh yeah, the analogy.
And John McWhorter, he used quotes about bad language to frame texting.
Oh, ever.
And Kevin Alaka at TEDxU, he used viral YouTube videos to illustrate his points.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
It was. And the Ritz-Carlton, they used funny photos to reinforce their customer service message. Even Stephen Hawking used humor to make complex topics more accessible. But remember, for you, authenticity is key. Don't force it.
Be yourself.
Exactly. Now let's talk about length and structure.
Okay.
The 18-minute rule for TED Talks, it's not random. There's a reason behind it.
Oh really? I thought it was just a TED thing.
Chris Anderson, the TED curator, he explains it's long enough to be serious, short enough to keep people engaged.
Okay. Works well online, fits into a coffee break, and it forces speakers to be disciplined. Like Twitter's character limit. Something to keep in mind for your own presentations.
So limitations breed creativity.
In a way, yes.
And there's science behind this too, right?
Oh, absolutely. John Nadina's research on attention spans, cognitive load, it all supports this. Our brains can only process so much information at once.
Yeah.
Long presentations can lead to cognitive backlog.
Yeah.
It's like a traffic jam in your brain.
Makes sense.
Now, Randy Pausch's last lecture, it was longer, but it was carefully structured, stories, visuals, to keep people engaged.
Oh yeah, that was a powerful one.
It was. And constraints, like that 18-minute limit, they can actually fuel creativity for you.
Interesting. So how do we structure our message within that time frame?
The rule of 3 is a great technique.
Rule of 3, okay.
Our short-term memory, it can hold around 3 or 4 chunks of information effectively. We see this in lots of TED Talks. 3 key points.
And the 3-story structure, very effective. Like Majora Carter's TEDx Midwest talk about eco-entrepreneurship.
Interesting.
So To make things even more memorable, creating a multisensory experience, that's crucial. Engaging multiple senses, it helps the brain pay attention, remember better.
Makes sense.
The multimedia principle, it highlights the power of visuals, text, combining them.
Visuals, they're so important.
They are, and vision, it often dominates our other senses, like Al Gore's slideshow on global warming.
Oh yeah, those images were powerful.
They were, and they inspired action.
They did.
Remember, this is important for you. Multitasking, when it comes to attention, is a myth.
Oh, that's a good one.
John Medina said that. Our brains can't focus on multiple things at once, not effectively.
We try, but we fail.
We do, and then there's dual coding theory. Alan Pivio.
Dual coding, okay.
It explains why visuals are so powerful. Visual and verbal information, they're stored separately.
Oh,
So if you learn something visually, it's encoded in both ways, easier to recall.
So use visuals.
Yes. Like David Christian's History of Our World in 18 minutes starts with that unscrambling egg video.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
Very captivating. And the TED commandment itself, it says, use visuals to enhance words, not duplicate.
Good advice.
Think about Bono's TED Talk, Reducing Poverty. Simple visuals, one statistic per slide. Powerful.
It was.
Chris Jordan, his art using statistics, creating a skull out of cigarette packs, invokes emotion. And it's not just about seeing. The auditory sense, it's important too. Your voice, your pitch, rate, volume, intensity.
It all lines up.
It does. Lisa Christine, her TEDx talk on slavery, her words, the photographs, created this gripping experience.
Yeah.
Janine Shepherd, her story after the accident, her voice was so powerful. Even Roger Ebert, who lost his voice, he used a digitized voice and other speakers to create a multisensory experience.
Oh, that's incredible.
It is, and don't forget touch, physical presence. Amanda Palmer, standing on a milk crate, it helped the audience feel her experience.
Yeah.
The demo of the fast versus slow USB drive, people could feel the pain of slow downloads. Elliot Crane, using a feather and a blowtorch, illustrating chronic pain.
I remember that one.
Even Stacy Kramer, using a Tiffany blue box, contrasting it with her brain tumor experience.
It's all about being creative.
Exactly, engaging all five senses, being imaginative.
All right, and finally, authenticity.
Staying in your own lane.
Being genuine, comfortable in your own skin as a speaker.
It's crucial, like Sheryl Sandberg deciding to include that personal story about her daughter.
Oh yeah.
Or Dr. Jill Bolt Taylor changing her conclusion for greater impact.
They went with their gut.
They did. Richard Branson, he said, I don't think of work as work and play as play. It's all living.
That's a great quote.
It is, being the same person on and off stage.
Right.
And remember, a lot of people, even great communicators, they feel insecure about public speaking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Joel Osteen, Richard Branson, they've talked about their anxieties.
That's surprising.
It is. But the key is your experiences, your perspective, they're valuable. Embrace them. Stay true to yourself.
So let's recap for you today. We talked about emotional connection, passion, storytelling, conversational delivery,
Yeah.
the importance of novelty, teaching something new, offering a fresh perspective,
Absolutely.
memorability, jaw-dropping moments, structure, multi-sensory experiences, and finally, authenticity, being yourself.
It all matters.
And all these techniques, from the best TED Talks, they're not just for TED, they're for anyone, including you, who wants to communicate better.
This brings up a final thought for you, something to think about. What's one idea you want to share with others? Now, how can you make it emotional, novel, unforgettable? What story can you tell that will truly connect with people?
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into effective communication. We hope you feel empowered to share your ideas with confidence and impact.